is the balance sheet really that strong? Are they really investing that well? I mean, those are core questions to ask, and we all make mistakes, and a DCF can help you catch those. And that's one of the things I love about using a DCF.
Well, actually yesterday in our valuation hackathon, Gilbert, we were doing the valuation for JP Morgan Chase with the aftermath of the election and everything. And Gilbert said, like, just that process, as we were walking through, as I was sharing my screen, he was like, this helps me think about shareholders' equity, helps me think about the loan book. Like, just by going through those steps, you are helping your brain walk down the path of analysis. And that's actually a hard thing to do. Like, it doesn't come naturally to just say, okay, I'm going to research this part of the business and then this part of the business and that part of the business. I mean, for me, like, maybe I take it to an extreme in my life. Like, if I have to remember to grab my laundry, I'm putting the laundry basket in eyesight. Otherwise, it's going to stay in the dryer for 3 days.
Right.
So for me, I need those visual cues. But as investors, I think that can also be the different types of cues. DCF valuation is a great way to cue your mind to look into these different parts of the business. To your point, to look at the reinvestments and really try to deeply think about what we're analyzing.
Yep, exactly.
Well, last thing I'll throw in with that is try to think about what the growth rate is too. Like, you might be okay paying 25% too much if you think the company's going to grow like 12% a year, if you have a good reason to think that. So the growth rate also matters. So I like to go in Excel and like project out the growth rate and see, even though something's expensive, does the company grow into that? The numbers are going to kind of play out how they are. But that, to me, that has also helped. It's actually been a game changer in the way I pick stocks as well. Like, it's not just about how cheap or how expensive. It's how much growth am I going to get? And then you bake in how cheap or expensive. I mean, something might be 25% cheap, but is that 25% cheap only going to grow at like 3% a year? Maybe for somebody that's appealing, but for me, I'm looking for something different. So try to think about growth too, not just if it's cheap or expensive.
Yeah, that's very, very good takeaway. That's super important to consider, because that's baking in part of your returns, right?
Yeah, 100%. So, hopefully that answers the question. Hopefully it gives you more insights, and, the DCF to like beat the dead horse. It's part of the process. It's not the end destination. The valuation hackathons can be a great way to test your DCFs in the wild, work with Dave and I and do DCFs together. So that's part of Value Spotlight. If listeners out there haven't heard about that, we do regular valuation hackathons. We're on Zoom. We're breaking down any company you want. We did Lululemon yesterday and JP Morgan Chase. So no company is off limits.
No.
And that was pretty fun. So shout out to Gilbert for being there with us and giving us some ideas. And if you want to be a part of that, that's all inside Value Spotlight.
Yep, exactly. It's well worth the time. I know I learn a lot, so it's fun. All right. Well, with that, we'll go ahead and wrap up our show for today. I wanted to thank everybody for taking the time to send us a fantastic questions. Again, if you have any questions, you can send them to us at newsletter@einvestingforbeginners.com. That is in the show notes. You can also send them to us via Spotify, the app that you would be probably listening to the show on, or you can reach out to us on socials, in particular on X or the Twitter machine. So any of those places, you can reach out and ask us questions, and we'll go ahead and answer them on the air for you and help you out. So with that, we'll go ahead and sign us off. You guys go out there and invest with a margin of safety, emphasis on the safety. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you all next week.